Mi chiamo Paola. Try to repeat with me. Mi chiamo. And then you say your name instead of my name. Actually, you can also say Paola. As you see, literally, it means, hello, I call myself Paola. So my name is, or I'm called, something like this. And typically, we do not put the subject. Yeah, you can say io mi chiamo, but typically you don't want to do it unless you want to emphasize who you are. Tu, come ti chiami?
Ciao, mi chiamo Anita.
Ciao, mi chiamo Eliana.
Okay, now let's do this. I say mi chiamo Paola, and then I ask you come ti chiami? You stand up, you say mi chiamo Anita, and then you ask somebody else come ti chiami?
Ok.
So, come ti chiami?
Mi chiamo Anita. Come ti chiami?
Ciao, mi chiamo Eliana.
Ciao, mi chiamo Clara. Come ti chiamo?
Wait a second. I know many of you speak Spanish, so you tend to say como. And it's come.
Come.
Yeah? Let's try it all together. Come?
Come.
Yes, good.
Ciao, mi chiamo Esther.
E?
Come ti chiami?
Well, mi chiamo Paola. Piacere. That literally means pleasure. Nice to meet you. So let's repeat. Okay? Chia. Che. Re. Mhm.
Piace.
Good, perfect. So, as you might have noticed, we pronounce letters differently from English. So let's start, first of all, to see how we pronounce the vowels. So we have A. Open your mouth as much as you can. O. And U. So forget saying you. No. U. A. Yes. Excellent. Benissimo. Now, this seems simple. It's a little bit more tricky. We also use accents. So we have two kinds of accents. We have a grave accent. In Italian is grave, so you spell it the same way, but you pronounce it differently. Accento grave. And it's an accent in this direction, from the top to the bottom. And then we have acute accents. Accento acuto. So what's the difference? Well, for example, if I write caffè and I put a grave accent, I pronounce it as caffè. It's open, right? Let's try. Caffè. Caffè. Coffee. Mhm. If I say why, it's perché. It's close. You see the difference? Can you hear that? Yeah? So caffè and perché. Yes. Now, most of the words actually have grave accents. And even the words that have acute accents, most of the times are pronounced by Italians as if the accent was grave, was open. So when I say perché, I will say perché. Nobody will complain, everybody understands. The only people who would complain are the people from the Accademia della Crusca. So, Accademia della Crusca means the Academy of the Brand. It's kind of a weird name. And it was founded in the 16th century by a group of scholars, of linguists, who wanted to develop the pure Italian. You know, Italian, comes from Latin, and then there were a lot of regional dialects. And then these scholars in Tuscany, in Florence, in Firenze, they decided, no, we want to decide what is real, pure Italian. And this group are called the Accademia della Crusca, the Academy of Brand, and the name comes from the fact that when you sift, you want to divide the flour, good flour, from the low quality bran. You do this process of dividing, of sifting. So they wanted to divide the bad Italian from the good, high quality Italian. So back to our accents. Here we have again the vowels. This time, instead of just saying A, E, I, O, U, we will go from A to I, and then from A to U. And you will see why. Because if I say A, my mouth is completely open. A. Now I have the letter E. But there is a great accent. So it's E. And then I close my mouth a little bit more. E. And then the last one is E. And my mouth is E. Right? So it goes from very open, A, I. Same goes from A to U. All together. A, O, Okay, let's try again. All together. I didn't hear all the voices. A, O, U. Now, accents are really, really important, especially at the end of the word. That's where we put them. Oh, another small thing. I told you that there is a grave and an acute accent, but again, most Italians, they will write caffè with something that's like this, although it should be with a great accent. But with the handwriting, we don't really pay too much attention. Okay, so you don't have to worry that much, as long as you pronounce it correctly. Don't say caffè. What is caffè? It doesn't exist. Caffè. So, for example, if you say Papa without an accent, it means the Pope. Okay? If you write Papa, that means dad. So there is a huge difference between the Pope and your dad. Right? Or if you say Pero, well, Pero is a pear tree. It's a tree. If you say Però, well, Però is a conjugation. It means but or however. So let's try to read these words. So we put the accent, since there is no accent here, we put the accent on the first syllable. Papa. Yeah? You can also do like this. Just to remind yourself. Papa. Yeah? Papa. Pero. Però. Yes? Let's try to introduce the numbers. You probably noticed that we tend to move a lot and move our hands a lot. And in Italy, when we count in a different way. So we start with uno, and this is one. Uno. Due. Tre. Like in the US, I think you do, this is two, right? Nobody understands me when I say this is due. So let's write this down. Uno. Due. Tre. And now we have something very interesting. Quattro. So you see we have a double consonant. And it's extremely important. This is like one of the biggest and most common errors of foreigners who try to speak Italian is to forget that we have double consonants. And if you change from single consonant to a double consonant, you change completely the meaning of what you're saying. So let's say again, quattro.
Quattro.
Yeah? So you spend a little bit more time on the T.
Quattro.
Due.
Uno.
Due.
Tre.
Quattro.
Cinque.
Cinque. Yes. Cinque. So here, for those of you who speak Spanish, you tend probably to read que, while we pronounce que. Cin. Que. Yeah? Cin.
Cinque.
So just remember that. Cin. Cinque. Sei.
Sei.
We have another double. Sette.
Sette.
Yeah. For example, if I say sete without the double T, it means that it means thirst. Ho sete means I'm thirsty. Okay? So this is sette.
Sette.
Very different from sete. Sette. And now we have another one. Otto. Nove. And 10. Ok. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So doubles are extremely important. Again, if you say Papa, that's the Pope. We are a very Catholic country, so we keep using the Papa as an example. If you put the double, it's Papa. And Papa means food in a cute way, like if you're talking to a little baby and you say, eat this Papa. Or sometimes you want to use it if something looks like baby food, like pureed food, and it doesn't look very tasty, then you say, oh, what's this Papa? Papa. So between Papa and Papa, there is a big difference. Or Nona, that means ninth, the ninth symphony, for example, of Beethoven. Well, becomes Nonna, and Nonna is grandma. Yep. So, Nonna, Nonna. Yep. Very good. Now, we will soon start to cook, I promise. But before we do that, let's try to learn il verbo cucinare. Cucinare means to cook. So we start with the indicativo presente, that's the tense, indicative present, of the verb cucinare. So, cin, like in cinque, right? Cu, ci, na, re. In Italian, we have verbs that end with different combinations. So we have the verbs like cucinare that end in are. We have verbs like bere, to drink. They end with in ere. And then we have verbs like dormire, to sleep. They end with ire. So are, ere, ire.
Dormire.
Cucinare.
Cucinare.
Bere.
Bere.
Dormire.
Dormire.
So verbs that end with are, they will conjugate like the verb cucinare. Verbs that end with ere, they conjugate like bere. Verbs that end in ire, this is the infinitive. So they will conjugate like the verb dormire. Then we have a lot of exceptions. You will hate these exceptions. But you don't have to worry. We learn on the way. We want to know first how the regular and good verbs behave. So let's go back to our verb cucinare, because then we have to cucinare. Dobbiamo cucinare. We have to cucinare. As I told you, usually we just neglect the subject. So I wrote it in parentheses, but typically I will not say io cucino. I just say cucino. Okay? And in order to remember with the accent, you can clap your hands. Okay? So, io cucino. Cucino.
Cucino.
Okay? Cucino.
Cucino.
Stand up. Io cucino.
Cucino.
You can move.
Io.
Cucino. Okay? Tu
Tu.
cucini. Cucini. So you see they all have the same beginning, and then we change the end based on the subject. So in English you say, I cook, you cook, she cooks. Ah, you just add one S. Easy. And then what's there? We cook again. Oh, you cook, it's the same. And they cook. That's boring. So no, we like to change the end for every subject. So, so io cucino.
Io.
Tu cucini. Lui or lei. So lui is masculine and lei feminine. Cucina. Okay? Now it's a little bit different. Noi cuciniamo.
Cuciniamo.
Voi, you, cucinate. And loro
Loro.
cucinano.
Cucina.
Cucinano.
Yeah? So, a very common error is to say cucinano. No, you can't say that. Cucinano.
Cucina.
Okay? So, how about we can go around? You don't have to be, don't worry, like if you don't pronounce it correctly, whatever. It's like the first half an hour of Italian in your life. So we can just go around and read through. So, Anita, you can start.
Cucino.
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 Cucini.
Cucina.
Cuciniamo.
Yeah, this is the first one that's different. It's cuciniamo.
Cuciniamo.
It's tricky, right? Because the others, you clap, you have the accent on the I, on the I. Cucino, cucini, cucina, and now it changes. Cuciniamo.
Cuciniamo.
Yes.
Cucinate.
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 Mhm. Cucinate. And here it's again on the I. Cucinano.